Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall. 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 Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.
Bed. Since that is new, I thought it fit, what's the matter with you?
If you talk
And then he
say
blows
this
up.
right, I'd rather say it now.
Okay.
Well, I talked to her while she was in this country, and I asked her about a rumour then strongly going the rounds that the meticulous Stanley Kubrick had made her do 127 takes of one of her scenes.
Well, I don't know. I think I'm supposed to say 18. But, I don't know. I'll leave that to your imagination.
Well, let us assume that 18 is a slight underestimate and 127 is possibly closer to the truth. What is it like doing a take that many times? I mean, is it possible to keep going and produce a kind of freshness at the end?
Yes, it is. It's funny. It's something that I discovered during the making of The Shining, was that I had never done more than, say, 15 takes before in my life. So it was a great change for me to do so many. But then after you do a certain number, it sort of goes dead. And then 5 more takes or so, and it revives itself, and by then you know the scene like the back of your hand, and you can make no mistakes with it, and you forget all reality other than what you're doing. And it's like a miracle. It comes out better than it did before. And it's fresh, too.
What was the most difficult piece of acting you had to do in The Shining?
Whew. I think it was just stamina. My stamina has increased so much since The Shining. I mean, you really have to be strong for an entire day, because the role required me to cry all day long, every day, and it was so difficult being hysterical for that length of time.
So how do you look back on that film? I mean, are you pleased to have done it?
I'm very pleased to have done it, because I've learned more on that picture and strengthened myself and broadened the scale that my emotions can reach, I think, more than any other picture I've ever done. And Stanley took the time to teach me more on that picture and strengthened myself and broadened the scale that my emotions can reach, I think, more than any other picture I've ever done. And Stanley took the time to teach me.
When Robert Altman first discovered you, you were a research science student in Houston. Did Altman ever tell you why he thought you might be an actress on that very brief acquaintance?
No, he didn't. It was a mystery to me. I wouldn't have understood it even if he had.
Well, what is Altman like to work with? I mean, he's a director whose work I admire very much. I think he's greatly underrated. But what's he like from the actor's point of view?
He's an actor's director. 99% of all actors love Robert Altman. I mean, he's just terrific to work for. He talks to you and you feel like you're really creating your own role. He's not a director that tells you, no, do it this way, because he hired you in the first place because you were perfect for the part. You feel you can almost do no wrong once you're cast in the part, because his forte is casting.
Well, he's just cast you as Olive Oyl to Robin Williams' Popeye in his latest film. Now, how did he explain that piece of casting?
Well, he called me up when I was doing The Shining and said, "Hi, Shelley," he said, "I've got the role you were born to play." He says, "Guess what it is?" I thought, oh, God, I don't know. I said, "Come on and tell me." And he said, "Olive Oyl, of course. Who else? Who else is as awkward as you?" I guess I got my first taste of comedy in Three Women. And then Popeye made me an addict.
I welcome you back on here. If you're new, consider subscribing, liking, and also share this video. So the very devastating news is that Shelley Duvall has passed on, according to a couple of reports that are coming in this exact moment in time. The star's partner said she passed on Thursday 11th at a home in Blanco, Texas, and this came just days before her 75th birthday. The Shining actress actually passed on, like I've told you, on Thursday at her home in Texas, and according to a couple of reports, that have been, released by the likes of Hollywood Reporter, The Variety, the New York Times, and so many others. They've come out to say that the legendary female actress, was actually reported having struggled with health-related issues with regards to diabetes and other issues, and of course the long-time partner and of course husband Dan Gilroy came out and released a statement saying, "My dear, sweet, wonderful life partner, your friend left me, and she has gone on to be with the Lord." She has been suffering lately. Now she's free. Fly away, beautiful Sherry. The director Scott Goldberg, who actually worked with Duvall in her final film in 2023, which by the way they recorded, she was getting the directions via Zoom. It was a remote recording. Sherry acted in that last movie, I think in 2023, and she had early on acted and appeared in so many other movies, like I'm going to tell you in just a moment. But of course, the director whom they worked together in 2023 in her last film said that Sherry leaves behind a very huge legacy, and of course an amazing person. She'll be missed so much by so many people, myself included, and I'm proud of her for overcoming adversity to act again, and will always be forever grateful for her friendship and kindness. This is a lady who was born in 1949, July 7th in Fort Worth. So she had just celebrated her birthday just a few days ago, and she considered pursuing a career in science before she was discovered by 3 crew members on director Altman's film Brewster McCloud at a party in Houston, where by then she was dating Bernard Sampson, and they had gone there to display some artworks, according to that interview she had with Los Angeles Times. They invited her to something secret casting, and then all of a sudden she joined that Altman's movie under the guise of an event featuring 8 art patrons. Then later on she had to act in movies like Thieves Like Us, Maccabee and Mrs. Miller, and so many other movies. And of course she's been much known for acting in one of those most popular movies. And of course I think there is one movie which I was looking at that was so sad. I'm forgetting the title, but it featured her crying a lot. It was so sad, with full of emotions. I'm going to look at that movie again. But man, she was really very talented actress, and of course losing her is really very, very devastating in this moment in time. We are sending our deepest condolences to the fans, the family, the husband, and of course everyone who was close to her. R.I.P. to the legend.